Good morning, it's Gary from G&H Honey Bees. It's July 6th, 2019. It's kind of a beautiful Saturday morning. It was overcast, but now it's clearing up. And so today's goals for these 3 hives that are on the main stand is to, one, take out as much of the drawn out honey or capped honey as I can in preparation for moving them to the area where the fireweed is, which is about 25 kilometers away, out in a place near a little town called Jordan River. And the other thing I want to do today is also introduce more of the Man Lake hop card into the brood boxes, just so that we keep the mite levels down as much as possible. They're going to be up in the bush for 7 to 8 weeks, and won't be able to inspect them as often as I have been. And so I want to take off as much honey as I can just to lighten the hives. And so I'm not taking capped honey up to the bush only to have to bring it home again. And so I'm only going to do snippets during the whole process. I'm not going to film the whole thing because it'll make a really long video. So I'm going to start with the first hive here, and we'll record snippets of different things that I'm doing. Alright, be back shortly. So here's the first frame I'm going to take. It's not fully capped at the bottom, but it should be close enough. So I'm going to see if I can shake some of these girls off, and then take the brush and gently sweep the rest of them back into the hive. Come on, girls. Hey, you're not getting with the program here. Come on, there you go. Oh, they're persistent. In the bucket. Alright, so I'm going to check through the rest of these and do the same process, and I'll be back. Alright, so taking 2 full frames of honey out of that top box, and What I'm going to do now, I'm going to shake as many bees off of this frame as I can. Come on. And I'm going to put the man-like strips over this frame. One at this end. And put one at this end. And then we'll hold them together, slide that back in. And then we put the other frames up against them. That's the way I did it before, and it seemed to work out pretty good. Now these strips are called hop guards, made from natural hops, and from what I understand, it won't have any effect on the honey. I'm going to reintroduce that frame. Okay, now I have to do the same thing to the bottom box. I'll find a frame in there and put 2 strips on it, and then I can put the box back together and we'll be good to go. Alright, so I'm back for a minute. Here we are in Hive 2. I've already taken a number of frames off the top box. This is the second box. As you can see, some of this is capped, some isn't. But I was told that if you shake the frame really hard, and there's no drops of nectar on the tops here, then the honey is ready to be harvested. And that looks like it's ready as well. And it may be the same for all of these frames that are in this box. So I'll be back in a bit. Well, welcome back to my adventures in beekeeping. I am done the 3 hives, checking and removing honey and adding the man-like night strips. I'm going to let these settle down now. And tonight after dark, what's going to take place is the sliding entrances on the front there where the bees go in and out. I'll come out and I'll close them all up to trap the bees inside. And then tomorrow we load them into the trailer and away we go up to the bush. So I'll be back tomorrow morning to show you some of that. But first, there's 5 frames in that box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 frames in that box. God, that's heavy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 frames in that box. And in this box we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there's only 7 in there because if you can see, they've drawn those frames out really wide, and that makes them really heavy with honey. So hopefully in the next couple of days we'll get to do an uncapping and honey extraction video, and we'll show you what that looks like. Alright, thanks for watching. I know I didn't show too much today, but it took a really long time to go through all this stuff. And you can tell by the way I'm breathing, I'm a little bit tired because there's a lot of weight in some of these boxes. Oh, and it's hot and I'm sweating like crazy. So I'll get back on tomorrow when we get these hives ready to transport up to the bush where the fireweed is, and we'll shoot some video doing that, and maybe we can cobble it all together and put it together in one one video. All right, thanks for watching. Much appreciate your watching, and maybe you can like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you soon. I've got a bee attacking me, so. All right, thank you again. Good day, it's Gary from G&H Honey Bees. So I'm down here at Norman's. I'm extracting some of the honey that got off the bees this morning. So what we're doing here is I've got my uncapping tank, and I've got this little fork, and you just run that right along the wax, like so. Turn it over and do the other side. Get some of that wax off of the fork. Now you see some of that wasn't capped, but I did give it a shake test, and there was no liquid coming out, so it is good honey. It's just the bees haven't capped it off yet. All right, so I've got that uncapped as much as it's needed to be. Yum yum. And then that goes right down into there, into the extractor. And I'll get another one ready for this one. I don't know if you can see in the bottom there all the golden deliciousness. Quite a bit of it. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I've got 2 frames in here, so I'm just going to bring this up to speed and spin the honey out of those frames. The camera will pick up the honey that's there on the side of the tank. And then we flip the frames around and extract the other side. Alright, we'll be back shortly. There we go. Stop spinning for a bit. We're going to drain out some of the honey.
You're going to take a break.
Take a break and let it pour out.
You get you get the full of that bucket of this 22 pounds if you fill it right up.
Yeah.
I see her cut her off when I see her about the top of that label. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because there's always some honey left in that thing. Okay, I can half cup of coffee.
Alright.
That's just about the coffee was the...
So back again. Filling the third bucket of honey. Got 2 over here with the lids on there, and one has 22 pounds in it and the other one has 24 pounds. And so we get this one full. That'll be another 20 or 22 pounds as well. And I've just got it tilted up a little bit. I don't know if we can get a good shot of what's in there. You can see the honey in there, and the white stuff is the cappings that came off the wax that, you know, didn't get wiped off with the fork. And so that'll run through that double screen, which is what the honey is pouring into. It's a fine screen and an even finer screen underneath it. So the honey just runs through that, and all the cappings will be caught in that and won't be in the honey. Sort of like a filter. Alright, so we'll be back when we start bottling this. Alright, so I'm back home, and I'm just licking honey off my fingers. We got roughly 90 to 95 pounds of honey out of those frames that I extracted today. And what you see here is a little homemade bottling station. Just made a little stand out of some spare wood from the garage. I got the spout off of Amazon. It was like $7, $7.50. And I have a kitchen scale here. And all I'm going to do, once the bottles are dried, I've got them in the oven drying, set a bottle on the scale, and we can measure out a pound of honey. So I will show you that process here in a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got a cleaned, sterilized jar. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Okay. There we go. There we go, 1 pound, 8 ounces. God, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. All right, I'm gonna fill some more jars. I'll be back shortly. So there, I've just completed 11 bottles, 1.5 pounds per bottle of brand new honey from this year. And there's still about a third of a container left in there. I don't know if you see the line right there. So we're going to get quite a bit of honey out of that. Anyway, I am exhausted. It's been a long day gathering, processing, and bottling honey. So I will catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video.